The world was changing forever. A giant shadow stretched across the land as the skies grew darker each day. The mighty dinosaurs roamed their lands, completely unaware that the end was approaching. The ground shook violently. Volcanoes erupted, spilling rivers of fire that consumed forests and poisoned the air. The once green earth turned into a battlefield of survival. Herbivores like the Triceratops and the Brachiosaurus searched desperately for food. Their herds moved through the smoke and ash, a sea of panic and confusion. The mothers shielded their young, refusing to give up hope. But predators, like the fierce Tyrannosaurus Rex, still roared with power. Even as the world collapsed around them, it fought bravely, protecting its territory against rivals. The air was filled with the cries of beasts, the wings of pterosaurs beating against the smoky skies, and the desperate rush of hundreds of thousands of feet pounding the ground as the herds tried to escape the chaos. Day slowly turned into an endless night. A giant fireball blazed closer from the heavens. Its light pierced through the ash-filled clouds, revealing a terrifying new horror to the dinosaurs. Some fought, some fled. Some protected their families until the very last breath. The end had come for the dinosaurs. But how did it begin? Let's go back to the beginning of this terrifying tale. It all began with a terrible crash. An asteroid nearly 6 miles wide had smashed into our planet. It struck near the Yucatan Peninsula, leaving a crater 180 miles wide and 30 miles deep. This impact unleashed a staggering 40 trillion tons of TNT, unleashing unimaginable force upon the Earth. As the dust settled, the full scope of the destruction became clear. Giant cracks marred the once vibrant ecosystem, stretching from the coast to the edge of the forest. The impact heated the surface to a staggering 12,000 degrees Fahrenheit, instantly vaporizing anything that stood in its path. The intense heat ignited massive wildfires that spread like wildfire, consuming vast stretches of forest and releasing thick black smoke into the atmosphere. The air grew thick with ash and debris blocking out the sun. This catastrophic event marked the beginning of a new era, one that would forever change the course of life on Earth. Days turned into weeks. The fires raged on, steadily consuming the landscape. The smoke formed a thick layer in the atmosphere, blocking out the sunlight and plunging the world into darkness. Temperatures plummeted and rain began to fall, not as gentle showers, but as torrents that caused massive floods. The once mighty rivers overflowed their banks, turning into raging torrents that washed away everything in their path. The landscape was transformed into a treacherous maze of floodwaters and debris. Amidst this chaos, the dinosaurs struggled to survive. The herbivores found it increasingly difficult to find food, as the fires consumed the vegetation and poisoned the remaining plants. The mighty T-Rex, too, faced its own set of challenges. With the food chain collapsing and prey becoming scarce, these apex predators were forced to venture further in search of sustenance, their roars echoing ominously in the devastated landscape. The age of the dinosaurs was drawing to a close, and the fiery skies bore witness to their final struggles. Yet, amidst the despair, there was beauty. Amidst the cracks in the scorched earth, small green shoots emerged, reaching towards the dim light. Life, tenacious and resilient, refused to be extinguished. As the dust finally began to settle, revealing the full extent of the devastation, a new world was born. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like and subscribe so you won't miss any of our future videos. See you next time!